Okay, hey guys. So now I'm gonna do a video doing my hair, my daily hair routine. This is it natural. It was up in a bun. I just filmed my makeup, so if you like my makeup and you want to see how I did it, go check out the video before. It's a little, I feel like it's not as good quality because this one I'm filming on my phone and the other one I filmed on the webcam. And I felt like the lighting just wasn't as good or whatever. But anyways, so this is my hair. It's naturally wavy, but it's kind of straighter because I did just brush it out. But I have a beach waver and sorry, I have a beach waver and I have a 1-inch curling iron, which my curling iron looks bad because my good one's at the shop. I work at a hair salon for those of you who don't know, and so I took my good one there, and this one's like trusty, old, faithful because I have had it since high school. It's a bedhead curling iron. It's old, so forgive it because it does look kind of rough, but it's a bedhead curling iron, and I've had it for years. You can get them at Walmart if they even still, I know they make bedhead products, but I don't know if they make that exact curling iron, but any 1-inch curling iron will work. That might even be 1/2 inch, but whatever, but or 1/4 of an inch. But I have always got, you know, questions about my hair. How do you curl your hair? A lot of people think I curl it with a wand, but I don't. I mean, occasionally I will, but usually it's, you know, 1-inch curling iron is what I always do. And I just got this beach waver, and it's fatter, and I'll show you some curls with this too, just so if, you know, you want to try that. And but usually my curls last longer if I use the 1-inch curling iron. And anyways, I'll just show y'all. I don't always clip up part of my hair, but today I will. Alright, and always use a heat protectant when you're putting heat on your hair. If you're straightening it, if you're curling it, whatever, you need to use a heat protectant. This is a new one I got. It's called Hot Sexy Hair. I got it from Ulta. It says it protects hair up to 450 degrees. You should never cut your curling iron up higher than 350 in my opinion. So this says it will protect it to 450. I don't think you should ever go above that anyways. So anyways, so it says it's up to 450. So that means you can turn it up to 450 and it still will protect it. But I don't recommend going higher than 350. That's what mine are set on, is 350. And it works just fine. So okay, first curl, I'm going to use my bed head. And I always curl away from the face. I start up at the top and roll it to the root. And then just do multiple clicks. You can leave the end out if you want a more looser look for like a beach wave. I always usually just curl the end under unless I'm in a hurry or something. But I leave it like this, and then whenever it gets cooled off, it's still hot, but when it gets cooled off, I'll run my fingers through it. But anyways, I just take and you don't have to hold your curling iron more than 3 seconds, especially if it's took time to heat up and it's warmed up. Don't leave it on there more than 3 seconds. Three to 5 is a good ratio. If your hair is harder to hold curl, I would leave it on for 5 seconds. But since mine's been warming up this whole time, I don't even really hold it on long at all. Alright, so this is the side that I curled with my bedhead curling iron. And you can even kind of go through, so this is what it'll look like when I run my fingers through it. But if you see some on top of here that look like they didn't really get curly enough on the top, like this one, how it's real straight right here and then it just curls on the end, just curl it back up to the top and leave that end out since it's already curled. And then voila. And you can do that with other pieces too, which since this is the bottom, I'm not too worried about it because this other hair is going to lay on top of it anyways. But so this side I will show you with the beach waver how it works, which is really cool because it like rolls it for you. So if you're not very, I guess, coordinated, like all three of my sisters say they can't curl their own hair because they're not coordinated or whatever, this would be perfect for them because it curls it basically by itself. It's got a little clamp on the bottom. I don't like it as much because you see all these little flyaways that are falling out. With the other one, I can clamp it up here and make sure that it gets in there. With this one, you gotta click the button and it will roll it up for you. But then I have all this baby hair that fell out that I'm gonna have to curl with my other curling iron because I can't really get it with this one. So, but that's the kind of curl it makes. It's not a whole lot different, but some people just really like the beach waver because it, I guess, looks like beach waves, but I feel like I can make my curls look like beach waves with a regular curling iron. And this is a lot more expensive than that bedhead curling iron, so it is really cool though because it does have a home button, and when you click home, like, see, I turned it and then I hit home, it will go back to the top part so you can re-curl. But yeah, see this piece, I'm gonna have to, since it's smaller, I'm gonna have to take and curl it with this. So you do have to make sure you're going the right way, because if you go the opposite way, you will make a crease in the hair, like I kind of did right there. That didn't turn out too good. I guess they are a little bigger because this is before I even brushed it out. And earlier, those other ones were like little sausage curls. And I haven't washed my hair in about 2 or 3 days, but my hair is more on the drier side. Dry shampoo is a lifesaver, and your hair is actually healthier if you don't wash it as often. A lot of people are like, ooh, gross, whenever you say that, but really, like, any hairdresser that you talk to, more than likely, they don't wash their hair every day. Now, if you've just got really thin, greasy hair, yes, you need to. Like, more frequently, oily hair does need to be washed more frequently, but if you have normal to dry hair, you should be able to go at least every other day. Like, in high school, I used to wash it every other day, but now that I've found out about, dry shampoo, and that, once I went to cosmetology school and they told you, that those oils in your hair are actually good for it, and help it grow and help it look shiny, you don't need to wash them out every day. So I try not to, but so as you can see, this is a more looser look, and this is a more kind of put together look. See if I can back it up a little bit so you can maybe see better. Not a whole lot of difference. This one just has more definition, I feel like. And then this one's just, like I said, more soft. Speaking of dry shampoo, I'm probably going to put a little bit in my hair on my roots. And this one's pretty cool too, because if you cut down the temperature, like this is lower, it's orange, and then the higher you go, it starts turning green, and then all the way up is really green. I like to kind of keep it in the middle. That's like 275. Keep it on 3. We'll try to put it on 300. And I like heat protectants that are a mist instead of like a stream, because the stream a lot of times will make your hair wet. But the mist makes it more shiny for one, but also you don't want to put heat on wet hair because it will start popping and smoking and burn it up. So I think it's good to find a mist and spray it kind of far away and just do kind of a light spritz so that you're not soaking your hair, because it's just not good. Like, you don't need to, you'll hear it sizzle. Like, if you put wet, if your hair is wet and you put something hot on it, you don't want it to sizzle like that. Sometimes it'll smoke, and that's okay, because sometimes it's just the heat kind of smoking up the product, but I don't even like it to do that, so you've seen how I just kind of pull it out and lightly spray it. And it saves you on your product if you just kind of lightly use it. My dog was trying to get in here. And this is how I curl my bangs. I'm going to show you with the curling iron because I just feel like I can do it better than with that beach waver. So you pull your bangs forward, or fringe, or whatever you want to call it, the front piece of your hair, because mine aren't necessarily bangs. I kind of roll it up like a roller, and then I like it kind of wispy to kind of flow back. And since this front piece is layered, I'm gonna do it with the curling iron too. That's the thing, like if you have layered hair, the beach waver is harder to use, I feel like, than a curling iron. Because like I said, you can take a curling iron and take it way up here. So you're making sure you get all those layers. But with the beach waver, you're starting at the bottom. So if you start from the bottom and curl up, you're not really getting those layers that are shorter up in there. You're just getting the bottom main part, and so then you have all these other hairs that are just kind of straight, just hanging out there. And I mean, I guess you could use it like a regular curling iron, but I feel like it in a way defeats the purpose, because then I'm having to roll it and stuff the same. But you can kind of tell the difference in curls, which I'm probably have to take this one and recurl it. And I think it really isn't what you curl it with, but how you curl it that really matters. Because pretty much any way that I curl my hair, I feel like it looks similar. With the beach waver, with a curling iron, or with a wand, I usually try to curl it away from the face, which my wand is skinny. I have different rods for it, but the skinny one I feel like makes little tiny ringlet curls, and sometimes I do some of those towards the face. But I mean, you can leave the end out to make it look kind of more beachy, I guess. But it's just personal preference. With that one, I tried to leave the end out so it looks a little softer, I guess, or more relaxed. And the key to making your curls stay is to wait and let them cool off before you run your fingers through them. Sometimes I don't, but they will stay a whole lot better if you let them cool off first. Like, don't, right when you pull it out, run your fingers through it, even though it's like almost habit, because you don't like how tight it is, because a lot of people are like, I don't want to look like Shirley Temple. So as soon as they do it, you know, they pull it out like that, and then it straightens it out. And your hair, it's kind of like a roller set. Like, you heat it up and then you let it cool and then you take the rollers out. It's the same concept. It's got a set in there, so when the curls are set, then when you run your fingers through them, once they've cooled off, they'll still hold the shape. Even though it's a more relaxed shape, it'll still hold the shape. And then I can go, you know, days without touching up my hair if I let it set and let it curl. And I can take a wet brush through it and brush, you know, through it, because they're a little more flimsy, and it'll brush it out so it doesn't look messy, but it'll still have that pretty wave. And everybody's like, what'd you do to your hair? And I'm like, literally, I woke up and brushed it. And they're like, what? But it's because you gotta let them set. And two, this has a good hold. It's a 5 hold, 5 shine. So you don't really have to use hairspray if you use one of these. I mean, you can if you just want to. Sometimes I'll get like a light hold hairspray and just do like a quick little spritz. Like, I have this little touchable hairspray by Mika. It's a little to-go can that I've been trying to use up. So I'll just kind of spray a little bit. And a lot of times I take it and I'll flip my hair over. I'm going to flip it back and spray a little bit. But anyway, so this is the finished result. This side done with the beach waver, which I'll probably touch this piece up. You can always touch up pieces, but, and then this is the side with the curling iron. And you probably really wouldn't notice, like if I wore my hair out like this, you wouldn't notice that I curled this one with a different curling iron. And it might have been good to curl this one with a tighter curling iron, because this side's thicker because of the way I part my hair. So, but I don't know if I can get a good angle of the back. I don't know if you can see that. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's helpful. So give it a thumbs up if it helped you out.